Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azlina binti Jumadi from University Technology Mara, Malaysia. I'm here today representing my other group members to talk to you about an issue in education that we feel is of great importance. The title of our study is Investigation of Students' Difficulties in Learning Geometry Course. This is the outline of my presentation. I will start with introduction, then the literature review, methodology, results and discussions, conclusions, and lastly the reference. Let us go through to the introduction. Our study begins when the coronavirus appeared in our life. The pandemic COVID-19 that has been declared by the WHO as a life-threatening virus, which has caused major disruptions to our daily activities, including learning and education activities. Many educators, with the encouragement from universities, school and ministers, have started shifting to online class to ensure there is no disruptions in the learning activities. Some course go smoothly with online classes as students are not facing any issue in understanding the teaching material. But for some course, online learning cause stress as it requires more effort from the lecturers to explain the subject matter and students need to put in extra effort to comprehend them. For the diploma students in mathematical sciences at University Technology Mara who enroll the foundations of geometry course, they must pass the MAT 130 course before they can complete their studies. This course required a great problem solving, skills that need the students to prove mathematical problems with facts and suitable reasoning. Students must comprehend several theorems, definitions, and basic concepts of geometry, as well as how to use the two-column proof method. It's crucial to understand the concept of proof in problem solving because it will be used throughout the syllabus. Therefore, the main objective of this study is to identify students' difficulties or issues in learning geometry course during their online classes, which will then lead to a proposal of solution for the identified problem. Next, for the literature review, ever since the COVID-19 outbreak, the government have restricted the operations of physical classes on universities' ground. This situation have forced the implementations of distance learning in high-level education, including the geometry course in UITM. Naturally, worries will raise when lecturers must adapt to the COVID-19 situation by finding alternatives that utilize digital technologies in the lesson. As you can see, Wong et al. In 2011 have said that the complexity of geometry instruction in comparison to in numerical operations and algebra cause a greater challenge when overcoming the learning issue. And actually, varieties of issues on geometry proving have been addressed in previous work of literature which covers a wide range of topics, including how students learn and solve proof, teaching techniques of proving, how proof are validated, how students and teachers perceive proof, how proof relate to convincing and refutation, difficulties in the transition of high school to undergraduate mathematics, and the extent to which proof are important in educational setting. However, all the studies mentions are all the situations before COVID-19 took place. This study by Pokorny in 2021 elaborate that the right and proper use of digital tools or technique in geometry teaching during the pandemic shows that there will be no negative impact on the students' knowledge level. And from the existing lecturer, from the existing literature, also shows that the teaching and learning technique play an important role during this COVID-19 outbreak, such as the results of the study by Ferry Jane in 2022, which show that students who have different perceptions of mathematics will have different learning styles. The online learning technique, which can be categorized into two modes, which is synchronized and asynchronized, also show that this combined mode in online learning was found to be the preferred mode of learning among students. enrolled during the COVID-19 outbreak compared to the learning throughout synchronous mode alone. And Leverson in 2021 also found that the synchronized approach has provided better result in students' academic performance. The study has recommended that the online learning synchronized approach would provide better academic performance for students. Therefore, it is also important to lecturers or instructors to use the right technique in delivering the content. Other than that, the study by Amaluddin et al. In 2021 has confirmed that there is no decline in the performance of students in this COVID-19 phase. And a study on the use of an interactive computer-based application in teaching and learning that has been done by Benson et al. In 2021 found that the computer-based software to teach geometry increased students' performance at the junior high school level. Therefore, the use of computer-based courseware can be one of the approaches for instructors to improve students' performance in the learning of geometry or any other mathematics course. For the methodology, our study is divided into two parts, which is the first part is the descriptive analytic study that was used to explore the issue faced by students who are taking the Foundations of Geometry MAT 123 course in UITM Cawangan, Johor. A testing group consisting of 4 lecturers teaching MAT 123 was used. The lecturers will approach and ask open-ended questions about the difficulties faced by students taking the MAT 123 course. Then, lecturers representing other UITM campus that are offering the M8123 course will ask about the issue obtainable to verify whether or not the students there are also facing the same issues. In the second part of the study, to figure out the right suggestions of improvement for the issue, a group of 12 lecturers who have taught MAT 130 and 78 students that were enrolled in the course during the semester of October 2020 to February 2021 were asked to answer a questionnaire. The questionnaire was developed to obtain the data on students and lecturers' perceptions on the issues and to obtain suggestions for the solution to the issue faced. This is the result of our first part of study. There are 10 issues were identified according to the answer given. It includes the proving. It includes the category as you can see in the slide. This is the answer from the first category. There are 8 responses for the proving category, and this is the answers for the second category. There is also 8 responses for the third category. The memorizations of the calculations techniques. There are 4 responses, and there are 3 responses in category 4, 3 responses in category 5, 3 responses in category 6, and there are 3 responses in category 7, 2 responses in category 8, and one response from category 9 and category 10. In total, we get 36 responses from the interview. In this table shows the distributions of the issues faced by the students. From the 10 categories of issue list, there are 44% of the answers from the respondent state that proving and memorizations of the proving reasoning are the main issues in MAT 123. Therefore, it clearly shows that the respondents state that the students' problem in MAT 123 course came from the students with poor foundations in proving. Therefore, this study concludes that the most common cause of the problem in MAT 120 course is related to students experience difficulties to understand and answering proving questions. In order to verify the difficulties faced by the students, we have interviewed 4 lecturers from other UITM campus that are also offering geometry course. As you can see in the slide, there are there are the feedbacks obtained from them. Therefore, from the feedback state, it proved that the students from other UITM campus also face the same difficulties as the students enrolled in MAT-13 course in UITM Cawangan, Johor. We also developed the behavior table for both lecturers and students in order to deeply understand the difficulties faced by students in solving the proving questions, especially by using two-column proof techniques in this geometry course. We conclude that all students actually have a goal to answer the proving questions correctly within a shorter period of time, and lecturers all hope that their students are able to understand and answer proving questions well. And this is the results in our second part, in the second part of our study. Okay, this is the data from the questionnaire from the students. And if you are interested to know about our questionnaire, you can refer to our full paper. And from the analysis, we get that 92.3% agreed that the lecturer have encouraged the students to answer the proving questions, whether in final tests or examinations. And 92.3% of the respondents also agreed that the digital and interactive learning aids, okay, can engage students to answer the proving questions. And 73.1% of students are afraid to answer the questions related to proving, and also the same number of students are not confident with their answers. 59 of the students were confused with each concept for geometry, and 78.2% of students hesitate to fill the answers to questions related to proving. And almost all students, which is 96.2%, preferred answering the questions related to calculation rather than proving. Therefore, the main factor listed above contribute to the lack of confidence of students to answer proving questions in the final test or examination. This indicates that a new method that can attract students to answer proving questions is needed. The respondent also suggests the features that they want to be provided in the teaching aid, if any. A teaching aid that can assist students in mastering proving technique in more easily, quickly, and interestingly, students can check the answer almost immediately without having to wait for the lecturers to provide them, and a teaching aids that have features that are easily accessible everywhere without the use of the internet can can help them to speed up the understanding of proving technique. And most importantly, the teaching aid, okay, can they can use it in answered the question repeatedly without them having to copy the same question again on a piece of paper. Okay, so all this is the suggestion. All this is the suggestions from the students, and this is the data from questionnaire from the lecturers. Okay, what we get here is that 100% of the lecturers respond that they were excited about the teaching and learning in the MHG 130 course, especially in the topics related to proving. And all of them also uh, feels afraid that students do not understand what is being taught. And they also agree that they always encourage and ask students to answer proving questions, which is do not let the proof questions unanswered. And all of the respondents will be disappointed if the student does not answer the questions in the examination. Or the respondent also feels that there is a need for a platform that can allow students to practice on their own and provide an immediate answer scheme. 75% of the lecturers have stated that they have a skill to develop digital, interactive, and effective teaching aids. So, from the analysis, it can be seen that most of the respondents believe that a new teaching aid is needed to help their students understand the proving technique and enabling them to answer the proving questions easier. So, for the conclusions, as online distance learning conducted at UITM due to the pandemic COVID-19 requires the lecturers to think the effective teaching techniques that can help students understand topics taught during online classes. So, to speed up the process, the development of digital and interactive teaching aids for answering proving questions will increase students' interest and motivation to learn and may even lead to helping them master the proving technique, especially in the two-column proof method. This is the list of reference that we have used in order that we have used for our study. So this is the end of my presentations. If you have any questions regarding our topics, please drop your questions in the comment box so that I can answer your questions. Thank you for listening to my presentations.